I'm sitting here at the beach in Costa Rica, and I'd like to tell you about one of my favorite stories that I still remember from school. So, I'm not a big fan of the traditional education system at all, but there's one story that stuck with me all the years and I actually rediscovered or remembered it, and it's just so applicable to my life right now. And looking back to the last years and many different things I did, it makes so much sense. It's one of my favorite stories, all-time favorite stories, one of the biggest learnings and biggest messages, super essential for my life and my journey and my goals and my aspirations, everything I do, and I'd like to share it with you today. And the story is from a Brazilian author called Paulo Coelho, who by the way has some other amazing books too. And the story is a story about the tourist and the fisherman. So the story goes as following. One day in a small village in Brazil, there is a beach, and a tourist is walking along the beach, and then he sees this fisherman sitting next to his boat on the beach and just looking out into the ocean. So the tourist walks up and asks the fisherman, "Hey, so did you catch some fish today? Was it good?" And the fisherman says, "Yeah, I caught a bunch. You know, that was good. Like my small little boat is full of fish, so I had enough for the day." And then the tourist asks him, "So what are you gonna do for the rest of the day? It's still before noon. What are you gonna do the whole rest of the day?" And the fisherman said, "Oh, I'm just gonna relax here for a little bit, look at the ocean. Later I'm gonna have a nap at home, and then I might meet some friends, play some music, and watch the sunset. Just relax." And then the tourist says, "Listen to me. So I'm a businessman. I have a degree in business and entrepreneurship. And so actually, I have an idea for you, because you have all this time and you could do so much more." The fisherman said, "Okay, so what do you mean by that?" So the tourist said, "So, for example, now instead of just sitting here the whole day, or relaxing and sleeping and meeting friends, you could go out again and again, and you could catch more fish, and you can sell more fish and make more money, and just use your time better." So the fisherman said, "Okay, so but what should I do then? What should I do with all the additional fish? I have enough for my family, for me and my family. All that I got today, that is enough. I go out a couple hours in the morning, and then I have enough, all I need to live." So the tourist said, "So if you catch more fish and you sell more fish, eventually you could buy another boat, and then you could catch even more fish, and then you could hire people and that fish for you with your additional boats, and you could have even more fish, and you could make more money." So the fisherman said, "Okay, so if I do all this, so what then? What's the plan?" So the tourist said, "Yeah, so eventually you could even open your own factory, and you could manufacture the fish and put it into the containers and sell it to companies, so you could even make more money. You could make a really, really big business out of it, and maybe you could even list it at the stock exchange, and then eventually you would have so much money, you have a fortune, and you could sell the company." And the fisherman said, "Okay, so if I have to do all these things and do all these and sell the, so what should I do then?" And very excited, the tourist said, "So if you then eventually sell your company and you become a millionaire, you have so much money, then you can just hang out at the beach in the morning and watch the sunset, just look out to the ocean, then maybe have a nap at home, and in the afternoon you can meet some friends, play some music, and just relax the whole day." The fisherman looked at him confused and said, "So I think that's what I'm doing now already." So you see, the story is so brilliant because it also goes to the cliche again of it's about the journey. When you talk to many super successful people and millionaires, they achieve big goals and big dreams and sold companies and have fortunes and have their millions, and they feel empty. After achieving big things, many of them said they actually feel empty and they're not fulfilled. Rather the opposite, they maybe even have some depression, they really fall into a hole. And that's because they focus so much on this one goal and totally forgot about the journey and their daily lives. And that's what the fisherman is so great at. He already enjoys his life, and he already does what other people think they need to have a whole big career and achieve all these things. So eventually they can take the time off and have free time and just like relax and do what they actually want to do. So I loved it so much because I was also on this journey of like really hustling, achieving. I founded my first company was like 2021. I moved abroad. I was like working all time, like 24/7. Like I was literally working seven days a week, often like 12, 14, 15, 16 hours a day. And it was just crazy. I was just like on this like achievement journey. You know, I had my goals, and I think it's still great to have goals. At the same time, it really is. It's this cliche sentence. It's about the journey. You know, the way is the destination. So this story really reminded me to really think about, okay, why do I even want to achieve the things I want to achieve? Like for me, for example, a long time I had the feeling deep down, which goes back to like, you know, inner child things and, you know, psychology things. So it's like I had the feeling I had to prove myself to people, to the world, you know, and you compare yourself to different people and you see, you know, other people and successful people that are, you know, better than you, younger than you, whatever, or even like when you're young, you see people that are further at the journey and you want to do the same what they do and you don't really know why. And then when you ask yourself, okay, how do I actually want to live? What are my values? Like, what do I want to do in my day-to-day life? How do I want to feel? And it's such a great reminder, like the story, to really think about it and already incorporate these things into your life. Because most of the time, it's the same what many of these successful people say. When you just focus on a goal and you put everything in, you strive to, and then you achieve this one big thing, then it kind of feels empty because they forgot everything else around them. They only had this one thing. And so it's really a good reminder to maybe ask yourself, okay, so how do I want to live? Like, what do I want to incorporate into my day-to-day life, into my weeks and months? And what of the dreams I have and what of the feelings are connected to that, of how I want to feel with when I achieved what I want to achieve. For example, for someone it might be, you know, starting their own business and becoming their own boss and having more control about their lives and having more free time or having more free schedule in the way of when you wake up and what you do on your day-to-day. And then just ask yourself, okay, so what do you actually need to feel that already right now or incorporate parts of you there right now? You know, how can you start? And you might not even need to have this like one big thing that you just chase. You might even be able to already now have actually more freedom than you think. Or by incorporating some little things into your life, you can change a couple things so you can already now live how you really want to. So just a beautiful little summary. I love the story so much because, again, I myself had the journey. I changed my life completely. I let go of all the things of a company, a physical business. Back in Germany, I moved to Costa Rica and really changed up many things to live more true to myself. And I still have goals and have ambitions, like many of them, and I'm excited and it fuels me up. And at the same time, I already now try to learn how I can take more time for myself, relax more, take care of my body more, like have a better work-life balance. I really had to learn that over a long time. And this story is just a beautiful reminder. So I'm super curious if that resonates with you. And if you made it that far in the video, you are a little percentage of a big group of people. So yeah, I'd like to invite you to ask yourself, okay, what do I want to have in my life? How do I want to feel every day? What components do I want to have in my life every week? And what's the easiest, closest way for me how to get there? What do I need to change? What do I want to change? And then connect it to your big goals and dreams and make a little map. And if you have any questions, if you want more advice, any more videos, any more topics, personal replies from me, comment or send me a message. I'm happy to connect with you. Okay, peace, love. Thank you so much for watching this and enjoy your sunset.